place.
All right, welcome in. Hope things are working. That looked weird. Let me make sure the chat overlay is working. Usually it's green when I switch scenes.
Bacard
Okay,
Essen said,
it's working.
Discord. Bacard Essen said, join my Discord app.
Okay, well, just continuing on what I've been doing, mapping as Boxels. I did take a momentary break and park here. I had to take a photo opportunity because if I find Electicea, I have to stop. It was dark when I parked. Now it's rotated around to the daylight side, so it's not as cool looking. It glows in the dark. Gorgeous. But we shall press on with our endeavors of voxel mapping. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I guess it's now Sunday morning, my time. Do not know how long I'm going to stream. Could be a short stream, could be a long stream. All kind of depends on me, my dog, and other things. I think we're all set here though, everything's all plotted. This particular voxel has I think over 200 stars, and I've only got like 20 done, so I'm going to be here a while. Unless I just give up and press on. I got to check the Discord server for Distant Worlds 3 and see if they've announced anything. They haven't said anything new about a different waypoint yet, so I don't know what their estimated departure from this waypoint is supposed to be. They had to waypoint 8, but we'll see. I'm not too far from them. I mean, I've been hanging out with them. They're back over here, I think. And I'm just out here exploring. It may be... I don't know who's over here, what this is. 65, that may be them over there. Yeah, because that's a regular bookmark. This is a carrier bookmark, so this may be the waypoint. Not very far, though. Let's begin. This show started. Unless I just come across something different, I will just be mapping, honking, scooping, and FSSing. I will, however, stop for high-value exobile. That reminds me, I currently am carrying 749 million in exobio data so far gathered just during this Boxel survey. So I have stopped for stratum tectonica and some other things. Some Recepta and some really good paying tussock and some other stuff. Okay, we have 11 bodies here. Now, a lot of the stars in this area are already discovered or in EDSM, so that's okay because the entire Boxel is not. So I'm just doing everything just about. The Elite Dangerous Journal processor, when I target a system, get ready to jump, it tells me if it's already in EDSM and if it's completed. However, many times the system doesn't show up on the system map when I drop in. That may indicate that the Explorer that sent the data to EDSM did not turn in their exploration data. May have stratum tectonic on that planet. Okay. Look more closely at that data in a moment. Finish our scan. So I'm doing exobio, but I'm only doing it in this Boxel. That's okay. I have not found any Earth-likes in this Boxel yet. I found 4 in the last Boxel, and the last Boxel was probably 2,000 light years, 1,500 light years from here. So it'll be interesting to see. I initially started out doing the Boxel where the waypoint is at, which is pretty, well, it's decently explored. So I aborted that and changed to a different Boxel. Okay. We have a planet. I'm gonna get my mouse cursor over there and let me drag Bio Insights over here where I can see it. Here we have a planet 6 with 7 bio signals. Let me show you out the window here. We have Haliota, bacteria, Cactoidea, Fungoidea, blah, 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 blah. The only thing of high value on this planet is the stratum. The other planet I did had stratum and stuff. It had like 4 high value items. It was really nice. And I got them. So, Cactoidea and good tussock and stratum? I don't remember. But at any rate, we'll go map this and see if this stratum tectonica is there or not. It shouldn't drop off the list, but you never know. That's planet 6. Okay. Doing this is going to really slow down the Boxel scanning, but hey. Boxel scanning is boring. And if I can find a couple of stratum tectonicas every once in a while, it makes it less boring, right? That's a loop for a tactical placement loop. Yeah, that's what it was. Now let me know if the music's too loud. I listened to the VOD last night. The music sounded okay. So I turned it up just a little bit. I think the stream is boring enough. It's nice to have some good music in the background when I'm not talking and just flying, doing stuff.
Up in endless space, calling out our names.
Just coming around to the daylit side. Because I'm pretty confident we'll be going down to get that stratum. Again, that's the only thing I'm curious about or I'm interested in is the stratum, because it's the only thing of any significant value. This ought to work.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Body 6. May host a new personal codex entry and has high biological value.
Yes, let's go. Welcome back from the ads on Twitch. .17G, .18G so far. Not much gravity. Let's see if this stratum just appears in front of me. Nice video stutters. Thanks, game. And there it is. Once the game figures out what it's going to render, the stuttering should stop. I need a better GPU.
Generous Jim asks, are you manually landing?
Welcome in, Generous Jim. Yes, I am. I find manually landing generally puts me much closer to what I want. This area wouldn't be so bad for auto landing, but when the terrain's a lot rougher, many times the auto lander puts me in the next county
Generous
over.
Jim said that was really nice. Look like auto.
Oh, thank you. I was just about a meter up from I actually got in close, and then I just moved forward, and it pretty much did its own thing. But not too bad. 95 million coming up here once I get a couple more samples. How are you this fine day? Where are you located?
Distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample. Dust on my hope from a burning dawn. Planet spin wild.
I do a lot of landing, so I've been doing this a while. I screw it up though every once in a while. If you watch the streams enough, when the terrain is tough, you'll hear me bitch and moan a lot about the Mandalay
Generous
and
Jim
Pebbles.
said I'm good. I'm located in TVO.
The Void? Is that what that says? I don't know what character set that is or whatever, but it's very cool looking. But I think it says the Void.
Generous Jim said, P.
I'm in the Void too. It's called the South Mississippi. Oops, I think I want that scanner.
Second partial sample collected.
This will put me, I forgot now, I'm probably around 900 million in exo days just since I started scanning this Boxel. I haven't found any Earth-likes in this Boxel. I found 4 in the last Boxel, and that last Boxel had 167 stars. This one has over 200, I think.
Generous Jim asks, what ship do you use?
I'm in the Mandalay.
Minimum distance reached.
Okay.
You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
As I was saying, I love the Mandalay, but sometimes if there's a pebble or something, it won't let you land, so you gotta wiggle around to get down. I don't have a Caspian yet, but I hear that it's more difficult to land, so I probably won't do any exploration of note in a Mandalay when it becomes available for in-game credits. I'll find out though. I'll buy one and engineer it and see how it works, but I'm pretty happy with the Mandalay in general. What do you like to do?
Sample collection complete.
Excuse me. In the game, what do you like to play or do? Yeah, I'm out here with the Distant Worlds 3 expedition group. I'm just hanging out with them. Pretty much doing what I normally do anyway. I just do exobiology mostly. Okay, we're done here. And you see there are other life on this planet that I'm going to ignore because I've already got the Stratum Tectonica, and I have got 844 million in exobio data to turn in, and I'm just getting started. So by the time I'm done with this Boxel, I'll probably have almost 2 billion. I don't know. It's
Generous
just credits.
Jim said, I just started playing about a week ago. I've been exploring and doing delivery missions.
Well, I'm glad you found the game. Hope you enjoy it. It can be very, can have a steep learning curve initially. But keep at it. Once you get the basics down, it's pretty straightforward. I can't multitask. Let me get this next step done. You can see these locations. What I'm doing is I'm in a Boxel. This Boxel number is D7. The D is the type of Boxel, but D7. I'm in the 28th. This is the 28th system in that Boxel, and I'm just going to be. I'll go to 29, then 30, then 40, then or 30. You know, I'll just be counting up by one until I get to the end of the until there are no more stars in this Boxel. Just see what's there, and I'm sending my data to the Elite Discovery Data Network and EDSM and Inara and stuff. The Elite Dangerous community, especially on Twitch, is very helpful. I'm relatively new to live streaming on YouTube, so I don't have a big community of people on YouTube yet. But I assume they're just as friendly and helpful. But you'll find almost everybody is very helpful in Elite Dangerous. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I don't know the answer, I can generally find people who do know the answer and you know, just go into anyone's stream if they're streaming and ask your question. Most people are more than willing to help, you know, especially new people. And why my text to speech is supposed to be reading what you're telling me, and it sometimes doesn't. So now it should work again. Community loves me. Okay. I generally use gimbaled weapons anyway because I'm not a combat person really. In fact, you know, you can see my combat rank is only deadly. That's one step below elite. However, my exploration and trade and exobiologist rank is maxed out at elite 5. You can tell what I tend to concentrate on. In the trade rank, frankly, is incidental. You know, and trying to rank up and, you know, buy tritium and selling data and doing things. You know, you get trade. I have done some trade specifically, but it's not been my big thing. Pretty much my whole goal. The two things I really like to do in this game is explore, and I like killing pirates in a hazardous, you know, resource extraction site.
Another signal comes through tonight from somewhere past what we know.
There is no death counter per se. Oh, but that's your second question, though. Okay, when you bring up the galaxy map, it'll show you. You can see you're the blue thing here. This name tells you where you're at. Now, if you're looking for the longitude and latitude and coordinates and things like that, there is a way to do that. This is showing what system I'm in. The game knows where I'm at. Now, whether or not it shows that or not.
Generous Jim said my problem was, I was trying to fly out to a nearby nebula
you can't.
that had no stars in it.
I
flew off for 9 hours and never encountered it.
You cannot navigate to something that does not have a star in it. There are two things, you know, I mean, to plot a course somewhere, you have to be able to target it. Like, you can target it, you know, you can see that if I just hold down the button, it will plot a route there. Say, for example, I wanted to go to this star without targeting it. And you can do that in some cases. If two stars are really close together, and they're in different systems, because you can have multiple stars in the same system. And you can fly back and forth to and stuff. It's just treated as one big system. But if you have something over here that's a long way away, but you can still super cruise to it, but it's in a different system. Say, for example, it's a permit locked system. The adjacent system may be
Generous Jim
permit
said
locked.
I was told the warp equals loading.
Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you is you may be able to arrive there, but the game will not create the environment for you. Basically, the stellar forge, when you instance is what we call it. When you hyper jump, that creates a new instance, and the stellar forge or the system procedurally creates the system when you get there. So if you cruise to somewhere where there, you can see the star, it's there. You can cruise there, but it won't be there because the game has not been told to create it, the new instance. So I hope hope that answers that question. You can cruise to things that are in different systems that are close enough, but the game won't create it. You know, it will not be what you expect.
Every nebula calls my name. Responsibility and flame.
Oh, but if you said something about figuring out where you're at, though, especially if you're on foot and stuff, your HUD will display your lat and long of where you are on the surface of a planet. Now, as to placing a marker, you cannot place a marker while you're on foot, or say for example you're on a planet or you're flying around a planet and you see something, you say, I want to come back right here. You cannot, in game, you can't say, I want to put a bookmark right there so I can find it. You know, I'm going to go do something else, I'm going to come back right here. You can't do that in game. Now, there are third-party tools like ED Copilot, maybe even SRB Survey, that you can do that, and it will help you navigate back there. What you can do, though, is take note of the longitude and latitude that you're at when you see the thing, and you can manually navigate back to the longitude and latitude. That's kind of cumbersome, but you can do that. It would be very helpful if you could place a bookmark on the surface or something and say, like, if I see a cool looking plant or some type of biology, say, I want to come back and sample that later.
How do you access the lat long?
Well, you have to be on the surface to see the latitude and longitude, and on foot, or in your SRV or on foot. It'll show up on the upper right hand side of the HUD. When I get to the next system, I'll get out on foot and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me get my...
Generous Jim said, okay, Ty.
Let me get... Whoops. Did I not target the next system? Oh, I did not. Or it did not. Let's see what's going on. Stop.
At Timothy GB 3284 asks hello again, how's your day been? Generous Jim asks, you said you wanted to try the Caspian. I think it's available as a pre-bill?
You can buy it right now as with ARX, which is real money. You have to buy ARX with cash, and then you can spend the in-game ARX to buy the pre-release versions of, you know, they do it early release, you know, for access only for cash, and then several months later they make it available for in-game credits, which are earned by doing things like exobiology and stuff. I have billions of credits. Timothy, yeah, welcome back. My day's been going good. And let me get this jump done, and maybe there'll be a planet and I'll land on it and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
But something calls me forward, ignites this burning spark. The void is cold and endless, but I won't turn.
Timothy GB on YouTube. I'm doing good though. It's good to see you
Generous
again.
Jim asks, I take it you're against buying ARX?
I'm not against buying ARX. I mean, I've done it in the past, but first, again, the Caspian's not going to benefit me per se because the Mandalay does everything I want and has better jump range than the Caspian. The only thing the Caspian does better than the Mandalay is its neutron jump range. When you use a neutron star to jump, you can get way more than the Mandalay can. But I'm not really into that. So I'm not, and plus, if I buy one with ARX, and I'm poor, so I'm not going to buy the most expensive version. So I'd buy the basic, and then that would require me to have to be in civilization at a station so I can buy modules for it. and then find an engineer to upgrade or, enhance those modules. And out here where I'm at right now, there is nothing. There's no place to do that. So it wouldn't do me any good to buy one anyways. I'll just wait till it becomes available in game, and by then I'll be back in the bubble.
GB 3284 said you're up late. Yes, YouTube. I do have a Twitch account, but despise all the adverts, so don't go there now.
I understand that, Timothy. I certainly do. You're more than welcome to watch me on whatever platform you choose. Hopefully someday I'll get monetized on YouTube and you'll get ads there too. Could happen. Not that I make any money on Twitch. I'm just an affiliate, so. Just a little bitty streamer, a person that streams. I wouldn't even call myself a streamer. Well, with any luck, there'll be some kind of life that will encourage me to go land on the planet instead of just picking one and landing on it, to show you what I was talking about. The tool I'm using right now is called the FSS. When you jump into a system, you send your pulse out with a discovery scanner. And that tells you how many bodies are in a system, but it doesn't tell you any information about those bodies per se. So then you use the FSS to...
Generous Jim said, oh, it's all good. I understand what you're talking about with the chords. Thank you.
Oh, that's no worries. You're more than welcome. If you'd come in while I was still on the planet a while ago, it would have been a little more convenient, but it's not a big deal. Alright, let's pick a planet if one of these is landable. And you've learned by now, surely, that when you look at the system map, if you see the little half moon line, that means the planet is landable. If there's a solid blue bubble around it, it means it has an atmosphere. This one is landable with an atmosphere, so we'll go there. There's nothing there, but we'll go there. Well, there's some type of bacteria, but I'm not going to get that. That's the Cerebus bacteria. It's not worth it. It's worth about 1.6 million credits. When you're exploring out in deep space and you're the first person to find some type of life on a planet and sample it and turn it in, you get what's called a discovery bonus. Basically, that takes the value of the item times 5. Like that Stratum Tectonica I just sampled a while ago was 19 million base value. So I'll get basically 95 million for that. So exobiology pays very well. That's one of the fastest ways to make real money in the game. And I've made almost 100 billion credits doing it.
Generous Jim said I have 46 first discoveries.
Oh, good. I thought you said you've only been doing this a week. You've been doing trade or something. Something you're not telling me?
Generous Jim said I have. I explored around a lot, went to the edge of the galaxy.
What ship did you use? Oh, there we go. I was looking at chat, trying to read back what you said before. For a cheap thrill, one of y'all type in exclamation loop.
Generous Jim said Asp Explorer pre-built. It goes like 70 Li each.
You can buy an Asp Explorer pre-built? Why didn't you go ahead and buy a Mandalay pre-built? And my Mandalay does 78 when it's laden, and 84 essentially when it's unladen. I usually take my fleet carrier out in the middle of nowhere and just park for a month and just work the stars around it. But I'm out here with the Distant Worlds 3 expedition, and they've got their own carriers, and they discourage people from bringing their personal carriers out along with the expedition. So I'm just out here, about ready to head back to the bubble, though. It's for the fun, because, you know, go do some pirate hunting, then I'll come back out here and meet them again or something before they get done. So you have 46 first discoveries. Are you talking about cartographic data, like first to discover a system or a planet or something? Or are you talking about a life form? So you paid ARCs for that?
The edge of what we see in a ship called Curious Cat, where the stars run wild and free. They left home with simple questions. Now
Generous Jim said yeah.
I did not know you could. I don't buy things at ARCs generally, so or I might buy a paint job or something.
Generous Jim said here's one that the game said I discovered.
Oh, that's cool.
RC21-0.
That's cool. I have no idea where that's at.
Making jumps through time and space, finding planets no one's seen before, putting markers in their
Alright, let's just go put some feet on this thing and
else is waiting there. Someone's got to take the first step out and show us how to dare.
again, there's nothing of high value here, so I probably, I mean, while we will see the bacteria, I won't be sampling it. It's just not worth it. I'm only coming down here just to show you what I was talking about.
At Timothy GB 3284 said I spent 8 hours yesterday helping a friend build his system. Not much money in it, but it is good watching a system grow.
Well, you know, that's a good thing to help people colonize a system, because when you decide to colonize a system, they owe you, man. I've helped probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 people colonize system, and I've done many entire fleet carrier loads of materials for people, and they all say whenever I'm going to build my tier 3 or something, to let them know, because I already have a colonized system, but I'll colonize another one someday.
Ads starting in 1 minute.
But we'll see how it goes. And I know you're on Twitch there, Generous Jim, and unless you have turbo or something, you'll see the ad. So I'll wait until the ad is over before unless you indicate that you don't see ads, I will wait until the ad's over to talk about what I was going to talk about. The ad's going to be starting in about 40 seconds. So. Well, this is a white, bright area.
Generous Jim said I see whatever ads get played. I don't use an ad blocker.
Yeah, the only way to get around that is either to purchase Twitch Turbo or subscribe to a stream, and then you won't see the ads. That is not a shameless plug to try to get you to subscribe to me. I'm just saying that's the way it is. And since I'm not interested in that bacteria and stuff, I'm not going to go find any. I'm just going to land.
Jim said most of the time the ad is Twitch letting me know to use turbo.
Yeah. Let's just land here and... Okay, and ads are going to start when the ads are running, so I'll wait till the ads are over. Oh, I won't wait. I'm gonna show him something when he gets back. So. That was a nice sound, whatever it was. So Timothy, where is that? I assume you were helping someone colonize their system. Am I mistaken in that, or?
Colors no one's ever named. Distant stars are sensors.
At Timothy GB 3284 said we're in the middle of building a big station. We used carriers to haul the 40 kcmm composites. That saved a lot of time.
Yeah, the if you think about it, having a carrier saves time if you have to go multiple jumps to get the materials. For example, say you're using a Panther clipper. To go get a load of CMM composites, you may have, and say you have to do like 2 jumps. 1, 2, to get to the system where the materials are, then go land, pick up the materials, go back up to orbit, 2 jumps back, and go to the colonizing station, and drop off your materials. So you're doing 4 jumps to get, the materials and time and stuff, travel time. But if you have a carrier, to load the carrier, first you have to move the carrier to where you're going to load it, Then you have to go down, up, down, up, down, up. But then you have to go back to the drop off point, and then you have to go down, up, down, up, down, up. So the only time you really save time, though, is if there's multiple jumps to get the materials, and there's some significant travel time to get it. However, the convenience factor, for me personally, I'll take my carrier and go load it up and stuff, and then go back. The big thing is if there's multiple people. If there's multiple people, you can load a carrier up really fast. And you can unload that carrier really fast if you have multiple people. So that is a big time saver. Okay, is the ad over? Okay, I think the ad's over, right? Are you back with us, Jim?
Carry on through the vastness.
Generous Jim
Okay.
said ads are over.
Now, if you notice on the HUD here, at the bottom right, there below the altitude and stuff, you'll see some numbers. That's the Latin long and the gravity. 2.7162 degrees, minus 27. That's the Latin long where the ship is currently located. And as I move, you can see that changes. So if you see something down here that you want to come back to, take a screenshot or write the Latin long down. if it's not something you can bookmark.
Generous Jim asks, is that the chords for
No,
the
that is simply for the surface of the that's simply for the surface of the planet. And when you're on foot, do I need to go on foot? If you're on foot, you'll see those same numbers in your HUD.
At Timothy GB 3284 said the CMM is all from planet side stations, so we decided to use carriers to cut down on having to do billions of system jumps.
Right, that's what I was saying, is if you've got to do multiple jumps and stuff, a carrier is a big time saving. Now, Jim, you don't navigate through the galaxy using galactic coordinates. You use the galaxy map and you target the star system. Now, doing that, if you want to know the area of as close as you can get easily, you see these numbers right here on the galaxy map, 12.260 minus 10 and 44, .43. You have 3 coordinates, X, Y, and Z. The minus 10 means I'm 10 light years below the galactic plane, or that means that's where my target is at. You can see that number changes as I'm going up. Now, if I target a star, that number, I don't see that number, but it does have a Latin long and stuff that's recorded in the codex and stuff. If you use third-party tools like EDSM or something and you put that information in and search it, it will provide you with this galactic Latin long. But I don't think... I don't want to change my target, but let me get back to where I'm at. I don't know of any easy way in game to see the Latin long or the three-dimensional X, Y, Z coordinates of a system exactly. I mean, you can take a guess at it by looking. You know these numbers, and if you look down over here, this is 44.42, this is 44.43, so you can guess that this is like 44.26 or something. It would be, I mean, I do know with the third-party tools you can see those coordinates, but no, they don't do you any good. Because you can't enter in anywhere and say, I want to go to this Latin long or X, Y, and Z. You have to say, I want to go to this star system name.
Generous Jim said, I appreciate it. I just enjoy knowing exact chords.
Well, that being said, are you familiar with any of the third-party websites like Inara or EDSM? You're probably familiar with Inara, right?
Generous Jim said,
okay.
I used Inara.
So, say this star here that I'm at. I'm going to see if this works. It probably won't. With Inara, I'll have to see. Let me try data. Where is it? Star systems. Okay. I don't know if it'll work with Inara, but it certainly will work with. Well, it doesn't know this system because it's undiscovered. That's another thing. Until it gets discovered and put in the system, it's not going to have any data. And the EDSM might, though. Let me see. Sorry, give me a moment here. Trying to come up with a solution for you. Oh, there it was. Now, if I go to here, let me pull up a window of this real quick. Now, if you go to edsm.net, I don't even think you have to be logged in. You can search for a star system. You just put in the name of the system. And you notice it shows the coordinates right below it. And if you go to it, it shows you the galactic coordinates. That's about the best I can say to do. But that's edsm.net. For example,
Ricard Essen send a link. Generous Jim said, oh cool. That'll be the closest I can get then lol, thank you.
Now, all systems may not be in EDSM though. Or anything until they're discovered. For example, this system I'm at here. See what? Well, let me pull it back up. If you pull up the page there, you'll see that the system was first visited right now because in the last 24 hours. The only reason this system shows up in EDSM is because when I jumped into the system, the third-party software called ED Discovery I run, plus there's one called ED Market Connector, reads the Elite Dangerous Journal file, which is written in real time as you play the game, and it parses out information, and it sends that to databases online, you know, like EDSM uses, Inara uses, like for market information and stuff. And that's the only reason it's showing up in EDSM right now. If no one has visited ever a site or a star, it may not show up in EDSM or on the online databases. If the person does not dynamically send data to those networks, like using third-party software, it won't show up until they sell their exploration data. Okay, let's press on. I just came down here to show those coordinates. Now, there are other systems, Inara and stuff, things like that, may actually show you that information. I just don't know where it's at. I know on EDSM. I use EDSM all the time, so I'm more familiar with it. I think let me get into Super Cruise. I think I'm done with this system, though. Okay, I need the window to have focus first.
Generous Jim said, well, the ones I discovered that I turned in don't show up on Inara.
Okay, hang on a
I
minute.
also don't use any add-ons or
You
third-party
gave
programs.
me the system that you says you discovered. Let me see. Where did you put that? Okay. Q.
Generous Jim said, I know they're not full FSS.
I don't know if this will let me copy it, but let me try something real quick here on EDSM.
Generous Jim said, I discovered them before I knew how FSS worked.
You know, it's not showing up in EDSM. And you sold the exploration data? You sure that's I've never even heard of that system name. Okay. But I'm not seeing your system. You said you discovered there is a C2 Boxel. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying EDSM's unfamiliar with it. But what about the game?
Generous Jim said it shows up only in-game for me, lol.
And you have sold the data, right? Where the hell is that?
Generous Jim said just press enter, it should go to it. Generous Jim said if you have the full name.
Well, that's the name you gave me. Since I saw it, now EDSM, it sees, here, I'll show you what EDSM is saying.
Generous Jim said QIEDEAUZQJB423 is a noter.
You say so. I'm not disputing it. I know that sometimes it doesn't show up immediately. But something should show up.
There's something calling from beyond the known, and I can't ever turn back.
Generous
Okay.
Jim said I think
Now-
I discovered it a couple days ago.
Now this one is showing up not in EDSM, but it's showing up in game. It's only 51,000. I imagine. Let's see, where's this at? I imagine there's a lot. of undiscovered stuff. You can see all the bookmarks of where I've been doing things, but I come out here with my carrier often and just park and just work stars around here. But if you like to fly around doing stuff, be sure to go to places like the Veil Nebula and stuff. I can type here. It'd be EIL. I want the Western Veil Nebula, and it's not too far from the bubble. Be sure you go to places like that. That's even closer than where you were exploring at. So it's pretty well all explored. Don't get me wrong, but it's very pretty. You know, go see things with your eyes, your own eyes, and notice how there's no stars in there. So when you go there, you have to navigate to one of the stars. You know, you can't just hop in there. You can. In some instances, in some nebulas, there are stars inside them that you can navigate to, though. But this is a pretty small nebula. Okay, now let's get up to orbit before I forget what I'm doing.
Generous Jim said I tried to go to a nebula before, like that one with no stars in it. My plan was to fly over to it manually. But I never saw it, lol.
Yeah, you have to navigate to a near star. And well, I'll explain something else or mention something else. Sometimes, let me get up to orbit here so I get this over with. Okay. Sometimes, when you're on the map, like you'll say, "Oh, there's a nebula over there." See the one, you know, that's outside the galaxy. You know, but sometimes you'll see a nebula that looks like it's close. You know, and if you try to navigate to it, you'll find out that it's, you know, many, many light years away, and there's just no nebulas around here for me to go to show that. But some things are confusing, and you know, it's hard to judge distances sometimes. And pretty much, you're never going to super cruise, you know, to a nebula or anything like that. I mean, it's you're either in it or you're not when you jump into a system. Because as you've learned, super cruising.
Generous Jim said I was doing routes that were over 100 jumps each.
Yeah.
I'm very patient, and it doesn't bother me to travel smiley face.
Well, that's good, because it's a big galaxy commander, and there are many thousands of jumps to do. I took a trip 252,000 light years. I did a loop around the galaxy, and I'm not talking near the core. I did on the outside, near the outside edge, as close as I could. Big loop around the galaxy, and that was many, many, many jumps. So okay, let me. Oh. Have I scanned this system? Yes, I'm done in this system. That was the key thing. Now I need to convince my tool to copy this to the clipboard. Elite Dangerous journal process in the third-party tool is what's keeping track of where I'm at and the count of stars in the Boxel that I've processed, and it automatically increments the next location and copies it to the clipboard, so it makes it easy to plot without having to manually do stuff. I do, if you're going to do any real exploration or anything, I do suggest you get some third-party tool. especially sending data back, like ED Market Connector or ED Discovery. But there are other tools. I use a program called Elite Observatory Core, which is free. It does many things. One of the things it will do is it will estimate the value of scanning a body and a system for cartographic data and stuff. The other thing is when you FSS something, it will take a guess at what kind of life is there. Very helpful.
Jim said I'm a mostly vanilla player.
You will.
I don't like using third-party programs or add-ons.
You will. I mean, you will. There's no shame in using a third-party tool. You can do it manually and stuff. For example, I can already see that there's this planet's already mapped. This system's already mapped because everything's on. Well, the radar is fully populated. But first, let's look at the system map. Let's look at the system map. Try the system map, Commander.
At PlanX Shifter said, "Lol, I never have used any exploration tools."
Well, how many billions have you made, Commander? Don't get testy with me now. Welcome in. It's good to see you again. There's nothing here. There's nothing of value here. There's no atmospheres to land on, so there's no real significant biology. It is possible that there is some type of horizons life, but I'm not worried about it.
Person shrugging emoji male sign. That's not why I explore.
Well, I started out that way too. It's not why I explore. But it's a it's a really big galaxy. And if you want to explore efficiently, time, effort, work, effort, load, CPUE, you want to get the most done with the least amount of time. Whether it's, exploration, raising money, new discoveries. You want to be kind of smart about what you do. You can do it your way. I mean, that's fine. I did it that way for many years without using any third-party tools. But that being said, using this tool called Elite Observatory...
At PlanX Shifter said I do nothing efficiently in game or life.
I know that. You can't go from point A to B efficiently because you scan everything in between.
84 said I tried a third-party tool, SRV survey, but it kept crashing every time my system jumped. I have a program that blocks apps from harvesting data from my PC, so that's probably why.
Well, SRV survey only reads a file, just like an EDD discovery or Elite Observatory Core only reads the journal files, so it shouldn't cause a crash. So, and I would think that a well-written program wouldn't crash if it's denied access to there. So you might want to try a different program.
Jim said I spent 1.5 hours doing a delivery mission that paid $250K. I was told it was a famous long-distance station. I don't remember the name.
Hutton Orbital?
Generous Jim said, yeah, T-Hat 1.
Yeah, Hutton Orbital is one of the furthest to reach stations. You can cruise for a while to get there. With the addition of the SCO Super Cruise override engines or boosts, you can get there much quicker. If you're not careful, you can run out of fuel doing that. I remember it used to take almost an hour to super cruise there. You just put your super cruise assist on, which is not necessarily the fastest way to get there, but you put your super cruise assist on and go eat lunch.
Generous Jim said I was told the record is like 27 minutes.
It is now with the super cruise override. But the Super Cruise Override really goes through your fuel. I've actually watched more than one streamer run out of fuel doing the Hutton Orbital run, trying to break that record and stuff.
At PlanX Shifter asks I've done that Hutton run so many times, remember when we didn't have Super Cruise Assist?
No, actually I don't. I think Super Cruise Assist has always been a thing since I've been playing. I've only been playing since 2021, early 2021, late 2020. 5 years. Okay, let's see what we got in this system. I didn't scan the last system because it was fully mapped and stuff already. Didn't need to.
At PlanX Shifter said, ooh wow, yeah, you used to manually have to adjust your speed to drop in at the end.
That's no big deal. It's kind of like auto landing on a pad. Some people never use the auto lander. I do, though, on ships. And places that have landing pads, I'll let the ship land itself most of the time. A couple of my fighting ships don't have the auto dock computer and stuff. Nothing there that I want.
Generous Jim said, I mean the game gives you a timer. It's not going to be a surprise about what time you'll arrive, lol.
Well, that timer is not an arrival time. You know, like it may say like 7 seconds or something like that. Think of it this way. What that's telling you is at your current speed, that's how long it would take you to get there. But that doesn't take into account decelerating and stuff. So it's always longer for you to arrive.
At PlanX Shifter said the timer is based on your current speed.
So if it says 7 seconds, you know, you'll notice as you're arriving, like with you're using a Super Cruise Assist or auto doing things, Super Cruise Assist, it'll get down to 7 seconds and stay there. And you go, but I'm getting closer, but why is it still at 7 seconds? But if you watch your speed, you'll see your speed is slowing down.
If you didn't keep on the ball, you'd end up inside a sun.
I'm out here in deep space, chasing a goal.
And there's nothing here I want. Yeah, but that timer is not your arrival time. And that's just basically saying if you kept the current speed, that's how long it would take you to get there. But that doesn't take into account stopping. The game is very realistic when it comes to things like that.
Generous Jim said, lol, Timothy, I tried to fly into a sun to see what would happen.
Ads starting in
I
1
found
minute.
out there's a barrier that prevents you from doing that.
There's a barrier around everything, pretty much. If it's called the exclusion zone. If it's not a landable planet, you try to go down to a planet and land on it, you'll run into it. That's the yellowish green circle you may see if you have it turned on, which I do, around bodies. That's the exclusion zone. Like when I scoop here, you see the circle around the body? If I try to cross that line, it will drop me out of Super Cruise and put me in normal space. It won't let me go any closer. And then you'll also see that around planets that don't have, that aren't landable. Black holes and other things. Doesn't mean you can't die, though. Especially if, say for example, you do a hyperspace jump into a system and you walk away.
At PlanX Shifter said, too close to max, your computer disables your FSD.
But many people, when I do a hyperspace jump, as soon as the jump initiates, I put my throttle at 0. Because when you jump into a system, you're aimed at the star. Okay, normally you have a hyperspace throttle disengages your throttle temporarily when you do a hyperspace jump, so you don't just accelerate into an exclusion zone. But if your throttle is not at 0 and you walk away from your computer while you're doing a hyperspace jump, eventually that throttle will come back on and you will cruise right into the exclusion zone of the star, and you'll burn up if you just sit there too long. You eventually will start getting hot. But that is what it is. You can die. It's hard to die though. from heat from a star that way.
Annex Shifter said that throttle kill didn't usually exist.
I know that. That's an option though also on the right panel. Now hyperspace dethrottle here is on. You can turn that off. And I don't recommend you do that
Jim
though.
said add break time.
Yeah, of course it is. But I don't recommend you turn that off.
This pain is getting old. In the vastness of the stars, I'm still searching for my gold. Oh, it's blatantly about. With the FSS scan, you can totally
2 jumps.
see
Okay. Maybe if I stop hitting buttons, I can do what I want to do.
it is a blatant.
That's not in this box.
It's not a freaking rocky ice world. Oh my God, it is a blatant bomb. Oh God, I've gone and found a bomb. Oh God, I've gone and found a bomb.
The ads should be over, Generous Jim. You should be back with us.
Generous Jim said okay, ads over.
Body A. Undiscovered.
I was just saying it's. I mean, you can slap a star. It's not going to kill you.
Heals will be complete.
Now this star was too far away, so I had to do 2 jumps. But this star system I'm in now is not part of the Boxel, but we'll see what's here. I don't like doing big systems because I am not real fast at the eye-hand coordination stuff anymore, and it takes me forever to scan things. All young whippersnappers can just go pop, pop, pop through these things. I have to take my time. There are some people who are very fast at this. You'd think they almost have an aimbot or
Body
something.
A2. Argon atmospheric landable with life.
Then you learn things like neon, methane, and argon atmospheres with 1 or 2 biosignals are always $1 million or less than $2 million items like bacteria and fonticula. Not worth my time. Other people will go after them though. I won't. I found it to be more efficient.
Generous Jim asks, is the payout for full FSS a lot more?
No. I don't think you get a bonus for doing a full FSS. You know, it's just the number of things you scan. Okay, where are you hiding? You around the star? Okay. But the amount of money you get for scanning things, and cartographic things,
Body C1.
it's
5 of
insignificant.
6 premium boost materials.
Literally, I'm serious. It's insignificant compared to what you get for exobio
Body
data.
C2.
However,
Neon atmospheric landable with life.
if you want to get rank,
Body C3.
like elite ranks,
Timothy GB 3284 said, I'm slow at scanning systems as well. My friend Makashi zips through scans like crazy.
and if you want to get elite rank in exploration, you have to scan things and map things to get exploration money, because the rank is based on money achieved, not the number of systems and things like that, but the amount of money you make doing it, and you have to make it in that category. So when I say it doesn't pay well, that's just for credits in general. But if you want to make rank in exploration, then you have to do it. But doing exobiology, you do the same thing. You have to scan things, find the biology, so you get exploration data anyway. It's just I don't go to the trouble of mapping high metal content worlds that don't have biology or something for the extra money. Yeah, and there's another streamer named Yuri Bada or something like that. That's the fastest person I've ever seen do FSSing. I think they use a controller or something, but it is just bang, 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 bang. I don't even know how they possibly identify what to scan, much less navigate to it with the FSS. You know, move the FSS pointer around and stuff in the tuning that fast. But they're awesome at it. I'm very jealous about that because I spend a significant amount of time doing FSS.
Primary star. Undiscovered.
Generous Jim said when you have literal billions, the money isn't worth it for money. But for someone like me, with only like 40 mil, 1 mil is good.
Well, let me explain this to you in simple terms, and Generous Jim. If you have $40 million right now, and you're out there exploring, you find one stratum tectonica, which is 20 million.
At PlanX Shifter said
one.
saluting face emoji.
And if
back
it's
to work.
undiscovered, when you turn that in, you get the discovery bonus. That's 95 million credits for one biology sample. Well, three samples of that particular biology. So what I'm trying to stress that I do, there is a significant amount of biology out there that's worth, say, 7 million credits base value or higher. So I don't waste time with things that are only going to pay me 1 to 2, maybe 3 million base value. Because the length of time it takes me to go down and sample it and stuff, I can find something that's going to pay me better in general. So I that's why I tend to ignore, the low-paying things because I'm trying to make money. But now then again, though, I'm not saying that's how I do it. It's what I'm trying to say. That's not necessarily how you have to do it. You will evolve, and as you learn to do things and how you want to do things, and your needs change, your gameplay will change to evolve toward that area. Or now, if you need tips on how to do things, specific things, I'll be more than happy to try to share my experience with you. But I'm not trying to tell you that you have to play. Like this planet here has stratum tectonica on it. I won't ignore this. I'm looking for my mouse cursor. It's somewhere
Generous
else.
Jim said I'm slowly learning how all the systems work. Currently, I just recently unlocked my first engineer.
So this particular planet has a high value item, which I will go after. This is going to be another 95 million credits when I scan it. And that will put me at almost, not quite, but almost 1 billion credits just doing this one Boxel. I could still be back 15 systems back looking for bacteria. But I'm not. I'm here making money.
GB 3284 said Generous Jim, if you really want to make a lot of money fast, community goals are great for that. You get extra rewards like engineered modules.
That's true also. But again, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to tell you how to play the game. I'm just, saying you want to make money fast, this is how I do it. Not necessarily how you have to do it. And you got to keep in mind, if your goal is to make elite in exploration, then, well, you need to make money in exploration, not necessarily in exobio. But doing exobio does exploration automatically. It's inherently part of it. There's another stratum tectonica. So that's 2. So we'll have over 1 billion credits when we leave this system.
Body 4.
A third stratum tectonica, possibly. I'll explain possibly in a second. There are more biosignals there than there are less biosignals there than there are items listed that could be there. So I know I'm going to get at least one, maybe probably two stratum tectonicus here, and possibly three so far. Okay, so we want to go to planets 4 and 5 and see if there's stratum tectonica there. Or actually, three, 4, and 5. Odds are best on planet 3 because there's 5 biosignals, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of life there. So something's going to drop off, but it probably won't be the stratum. Now, planet 4, it's a little different because there's only 3 biosignals. That means there's only going to be 3 types of distinct life there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So 4 things are going to drop off this list. That Aliota is going to go away. The conch is going to go away. And 2 other things. So hopefully it won't be the stratum. The same principle again here. There's 4 biosignals. So something's going to drop off the list. We won't know that until we actually map it. The third-party tool takes a guess from its database of, the environment. Like this type of star, this mass, this temperature range, the atmosphere, things like that. This is the type of life that grows under those conditions. And it's very accurate. At least it's proven to be very accurate. But we will see. Planet 3. Did I get my surface map? There, our surface scanner. The only dead Titan I've seen is the one around Sol. It's really good for collecting certain types of materials. I was there to help kill it. I went there and shot it numerous times with torpedoes and things like that. And that was a lot of fun. That's something you might do if you like space combat and stuff. There's AX combat. There are still Thargoids in that AXI combat areas, especially out by the Pleiades Nebula and stuff, and Coalsack and stuff maybe.
Generous Jim said it's fun. When you're not its main target, lol.
Yeah. Well, there are different classes, too, of Thargoids. The scouts are easy to kill. Real easy to kill if you have the AX multi-cannon and things like that, and the tools. That's when I actually spent some real money for a ship, because I had never done any types of AX combat against aliens or the Thargoids, and I had no weapons for that. So I actually, help kill the Titan, I actually bought some of the pre-built ships that came with some of the AX weapons. Now I did have some AX multi-cannons, because I'd gotten killed by a Thargoid once, and I was like going, well, that sucked. But I did find out that it's a lot of fun, especially if you're working with other people. And killing scouts is real easy, but some of the other ships, though, I would never be able to kill by myself.
Jim said I haven't really done any combat yet. Still learning other things first.
Well, that's what pirates are for. And people, wanted NPCs. You go out and take some missions to go kill some pirates and stuff, and generally the game is pretty good about putting you up against NPCs that aren't super high above you, so you have a chance, but now as you progress and get more experience or higher ranked in combat, then your opponents get tougher. But there's really no such thing as a real tough NPC. When you get into some of the CGs or in some of the conflict zones and stuff, you may come across some more specialized spec ops NPCs that have engineered ships and things that are harder to kill and stuff. But if you have an engineered ship to fight in and some weapons, generally it's pretty easy to kill pirates and things and get some experience in how to do it, what works for you, whether you can use, it's a good practice for fixed weapons and things like that if you have the skill to do that. I don't. Generally I can't hit the side of a barn with a fixed weapon unless it's like the very first shot. And then once I shoot them, they take off running, and I can't hit anything once they're moving. So most of my weapons are gimbaled also, because simply I'm just not really good at fighting yet. I probably never will be either. Though I enjoy it, it's just I'm not any good at it. I will get a Crestal though.
Generous Jim said, well, thank you for the info in chat.
Well, thank you very
I'm
much for
gonna
coming
hop
in.
into
I
the game
appreciate
now.
it.
Hope you get some nice discoveries.
It's very nice meeting you, and catch me next time or some other time. More than willing to chat away with you. Found some Electricia earlier, guys. I was excited.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Body 3 has high biological value.
Why, yes, it does. Let's go get some of that high value.
At Timothy GB 3284 said there are some Thargoid titans crashed on planets. Interesting to look at, but not much fun to explore in an SRV.
I don't think the ones that are crashed on planets are titans. I may be wrong on that, because I've only been to, but I think most of the places I've been to were Thargoid interceptors or something. I could be wrong. Not an expert in that. They're very cool though. I haven't been to one in a long time. I think the only time I ever went to some and things like that was to get blueprints and do certain things to get stuff.
At Timothy GB 3284 said the wreckage
Oh,
of
really?
the Tyrannus was discovered in the Pleiades sector ABWB24 system, specifically on planet 9A.
Really? I did not know that. Thanks for sharing that. I did not know that. It's cool to know. I'm going to have to go there and see that then someday. Let me stop here a second. I wonder if I have a bookmark left that I can bookmark that. It's already got a system map. I might have been there before. 9A. Right. So you're saying it's there? Well, I'll bookmark it anyway and just, I haven't been there then. I'll go there and check that out, though. I will actually go there. I'll go there and check that out someday. Many people have come in chat and told me cool things. I go, I'm going to go see that. And I do. Usually it's some type of exobiology or something, but... well, that's kind of exobiology, right? It's what's left of a life form type thing. Let's see what we got here. Got lots of stratum here, we do.
At Timothy GB 3284 said, trust me, it's there. Like I say, it's good to look at, but a real pain in the butt to explore.
Well, that's okay. I don't... I'll get there. I'll check it out just to say I did it. I don't have to be the first person to see things like that. I just want to see it with my own eyes, you know? I would like to be the first to see a certain green gas giant, though. That reminds me, I need Matt G to come into my chat. I got a question. Look at that Aliota there. What's that? I don't even know what that Aliota pays. I can find out, though. It's probably like 6.28. Let's see.
Stratum tectonicas confirmed present. Base value 19.01 million. Minimum sample distance 500 meters. First partial sample collected.
Why is this chat window paused? Okay. Okay, that Aliota pays... oh, it's only 3.3. Never mind. If it was the higher paying one, I'd go for it too, but it's not.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
You got any pictures of that, Timothy? Put them on Discord of your trip there. I don't think I've seen any pictures of it. I did not know any of the Titans had crashed on the planet, frankly.
Second partial sample collected.
Well, there must be some kind of materials or something there too to get, I gather.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Ha! I gotta drink a coffee and...
Sample collection complete.
Okay, let's go to planet 4 and see if we get lucky there. Yeah, 4 is probably... yeah, 4 is the least likely. Yeah, we'll go see. And 5 is a better chance of having it.
At Timothy GB 3284 said there are some sensor fragments you can collect. I think it was long time ago I was there. I do remember there's stuff you could shoot that would drop things.
Yeah, okay. Every once in a while I find sensor fragments in the wild. They just randomly spawn any place in the galaxy. Usually I notice them when I'm getting ready to depart a system, you know, getting ready to plot the next jump or something. I'll see it on the nav panel. It'll say non-human signal, you know, at the last moment. And I'll go scoop them up just for the fun of it.
Can you see a steady the hounds while quiet cosmos call, pausing at the port of possibility? Smoky ships, silent, what waits? Pulses pound in patterns, past purples, past planets. Courage curls, caution crests, calm in the cabin. Who tries the unknown when the light runs low? Is it folly, is it fortune? Onward I go. Will a single spark split the silence in flight? Or am I just
And one more stratum will put me roughly at 1 billion credits. Life is good. And 2 more will put me comfortably over.
joking with jump points? Jitter of joys, just names on the knife map.
I'm mainly doing this not because I need the money, but it just breaks down the monotony of just honking, scooping, mapping, honking, scooping, mapping, you know.
At Timothy GB 3284 said Elite Fandom Wiki has a picture of it. Can post a link to the site if you're okay with that.
Oh, you can if you want. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if YouTube will let you post links or not. You can try. You can on Twitch, but I don't know about YouTube.
Ads starting in 1 minute.
Is it faith or a phantom that fuels my veins?
One of the bots may not let you. I have not figured out where that's at either. I don't think I have a Stream Elements bot there, so it may just be the basic moderation on YouTube blocking it.
Is it folly, is it fortune? Onward I go. Will a single spark split the silence in flight? Or am I just chasing contentment through the night? Who claims the cosmos?
Yeah.
At Timothy GB 3284 said Ye can't post links.
You can
you're
post a
sorry.
link in my Discord if you're on my Discord. If you're not, that's fine. Or you can whisper it to me. Well, you can YouTube. I don't know. Golly, if it was on Twitch, I'd say, well, you can whisper it to me.
Constellations answering no one's call.
Can you message people on YouTube?
Smoky at my shoulder,
Can you post it in a comment below the stream?
falter, will you follow me out there? Who tries
See, I don't know. I guess you can't do comments until the stream's over with. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Timothy GB 3284 said we log
Okay.
into Twitch just to post the link.
Oh, thank you.
Plasma sparks, My ship cuts through the
I'm
cosmic.
just gonna run into the planet because I got distracted at the wrong time there.
Calls out my name tonight as I navigate my stars.
Body 4. Has high biological value.
Galaxy away.
Oh, good. We got stratum. That'd be 3 stratums most likely then. Looks like it's everywhere, so let's go. There.
Breaking through the night. Forging paths where others fear to fly. Commander of the stars. Burning satellite.
Timothy GB1 just followed.
Never die.
Thanks for the follow.
Timothy GB1 sent a link.
Let's see what we got.
Find another day. Rocky rings and meteors.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that what it really looks like?
While enemy ships surround me sweet, but courage flows within my veins as pulse lasers break their chains. Discovery waits beyond.
That looks nuts in space. That's not on the ground. Where's the debris field?
The unknown calls to me. Across infinity.
I don't see any pictures of it on the ground.
Forging paths where
Ah.
others fear to fly. Commander of the stars. Burning
I mean, all the Titans I've ever seen were still in orbit. Their debris field was, but I don't see anything, any pictures here of a Titan on the ground. What's this?
I'll find another day. Commanders in the
So am I wrong in my assumption there that I thought you meant that it was on the surface of that planet, not in orbit around the planet.
that would leave you scarred. Running in the ring, string records, like fights in the neighborhoods. My reputation, it goes through reports. So feather space to end parcours. A last pass, know my call sound well. The legend that the spaces tell. Dans l'immensité de l'espace profond, je vole vers un avenir fécond. Les étoiles me montrent le
Timothy
chemin
GB1
vers un
said
destin
sorry getting
parce que
echo.
c'est
Okay,
un-
watch this.
I am the forerunner, breaking through the night. Forging paths where others fear to fly. Commander of the stars, burning satellite.
Well, that's in space also.
I will never die.
Let me fly here a second before I crash into the ground.
We'll find another day. The legacy lives on.
Of course it's unsuitable now. There must be a pebble there.
Never alone.
Really?
Timothy GB1 said damn it lol will refine my search. There must be a pic of it somewhere.
No, if you say it's on, well, wait a minute. Here we go. That's, no, it's still in orbit. No, they're still killing it. There's still a lot of shooting at it. No, that's not, on the surface. I believe you, though. I'll go look at it and see. If you say that there's pieces of it on the surface. Not calling you a liar by any means. I certainly would kind of expect parts of it to crash, you know.
Something sacred.
Get in the habit of taking some screenshots when your travels.
Fire. I am everything I desire. Every jump to time and space writes the story on my face. From the pilot to the legend born, rising with the cosmic dawn.
Stratum tectonicus confirmed present. Base value 19.01 million. Minimum sample distance 500 meters.
MarkGamer01 said
First
07
partial sample
CMDRS.
Hey, Mark, welcome in. Good to see you again.
every target.
I'm just getting distracted from my Boxel survey by the 3 stratum tectonicas possibly in this system. So we'll stop for stratum.
Minimum distance reached.
Timothy GB there is
100 meters from previous
trying to
sample.
find a picture of Tyrannus crashed on the surface of a planet. At that time I wasn't aware of any of the Titans actually residing on a planetary surface, but he says there is, so I bookmarked it. If it is, I'll go see it. When I get back to the bubble, that is.
See me now, unbound, unchained. All the
You would
glory
know.
hidden in
Is there one of the Titans crashed on a surface somewhere? You do AX combat stuff.
This is how I forged my name.
3,
I am steel and I am fire. I am wings that never tire. Every battle, every promise that I keep. I have journeyed, I have sworn. From the ashes I was born. In the vastness I am free. This is who I'm meant to be. The dangerous commander. Let the heavens hear my name. The dangerous commander. Forevermore. Fly dangerous commander.
Have not found any Earth-likes in this Boxel yet, though. But I'm only up to, what, 32 out of like 250 stars in this Boxel, so we'll see. I fully expect to find 2 or 3, though. It's a big Boxel.
This window tonight, thinking of the path ahead. You said I'd find what I was meant to be.
Jasper.5884 said good morning from Portugal, Commander 07.
Oh, welcome in, Jasper. Good to see you.
I feel the pull of distant skies. You show me maps of places far away.
We're just, one of the people in chat told me one of the Thargoid Titans had debris was on one of the planetary surfaces, and I was not aware of any of those. And so I bookmarked where he said it was at, and I will, if it's there, I will actually go see it, because that would be cool to see with my own eyes. I helped kill the one Titan in Seoul.
Body 5. Has high biological value.
So this would be 3, count them, 3 stratum tectonicas in this system. I'm happy about that.
Each new system tells another tale of footprints never laid before. And I believe in everything
I hit the ground too hard.
about the stars that pull us through. You charted paths where none had gone. Now I carry
There we go. Let's try it up here.
every jump into darkness brings light. Oh, brings light. Every journey.
So how's your day going there, Jasper, in Portugal? I guess it's
You taught me to
mid-morning.
when we dared across the line.
Like 2 a.m. here.
Brings light.
I guess, well, it's 7 o'clock. 7 game time, so I guess you're closer to that. Let's try over there.
We saw beyond what's known before. Every jump into darkness brings light into the endless night.
Trying to find it on the darker soil. It should show up better.
Jump into darkness, every leap into vastness, every jump into darkness brings light.
Okay.
At Jasper.5884 said expecting a sunny day. It's 7:18 here. Just walked the dogs and got my first coffee. Living the dream.
Living the dream. Yeah, that's gonna be easy to spot. Jeez. There's some osses over there. Here we have our landing gear down, so let me land. There we go. I say that joking, but there's been more than one time I have spent a relatively considerable amount of time trying to find a spot to land, only to find out I didn't have my landing gear down. Sad to say that's happened more than once on stream. It's happened more than once off stream too. Oh my gosh, whoa. Oh my gosh, did I not get... I have to go back to that other planet. Jesus Christ, this is what happens when I talk in chat. Not complaining, don't get me wrong, I just cannot multitask. I only got one sample off of planet 4, jeez. Ah. Professional streamer here. Well, my tagline on Twitch says, let me show you how not to do it. I'm not wrong.
MarkGamer01 said it's a classic. I'd be lying if I'd said I've not done the old landing gear. Whoopsie. Laughing face.
But I swear I hear you breathing and the way the engine hums.
See, I have to go all the way back to the other planet now and get 2 more samples. Damn, that was dumb.
Locoradical_85 just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Well, thank you for that. You didn't have to do that.
Locoradical_85 said
For the distraction. Yeah. Well, if you came to watch a professional Elite Dangerous player, my friend, you went to the wrong spot. Just an old guy klutzing my way around the galaxy. Now I'm going back to planet 4 because the genius I am, I got distracted by chat and I only got 1 sample of the biology. I have to go get 2 more. Thanks again for the sub, though. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Reminds me, my Prime sub's available day after tomorrow. Okay.
MarkGamer01 said, we all bumble about the place. I am trying to remember where I am supposed to dump these Soontills.
You mean what engineer wants them? Right? It's the only time I've ever done those is get them to that engineer. There may be some missions for them or something, but I've never done them that I remember.
Locoradical_85 just followed. MarkGamer01 said they are for power play.
Ooh, the follower goal met. It'll increment to the next goal. Nice. Thank you guys so much.
Markgamer01 asks, just where?
I don't know. I've never done power play in my life. Alright, let's go find us a couple more of these. Hardly worth the trouble now for 3 stratum tectonicas, but 200 and some odd million credits, I guess it's worth it. I bet you figure it out, Mark. You're good about things like that.
Orbital flight engaged.
You knew enough to grab them, so you must have had some reason to purchase them. I assume you purchased them.
Hey, you see me out here chasing light.
Timothy GB1 said finally found a pic.
You're smiling blue tonight.
You always post that when I'm about ready to crash into the surface or something.
As we glide,
Oh, okay, cool.
there's worlds to find.
Hang on a minute. Let me try not to crash here.
Jumps another leap beyond.
You've redeemed yourself then.
Cosmic tide, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Now, wouldn't that have been a lot easier if you just had your own screenshot of it?
Dan's211 said now it's not a great time to multitask for real face with tears of joy emoji.
Well, in my case, I don't multitask well at all, and I admit that, and I tell people in chat that if I'm talking in chat, I'm going to really suck at the game, but that's okay. I don't stream to play the game. I stream to interact and chat with people.
Landing gear deployed.
I can play the game anytime I want.
Dan's211 said hello CMDRS07.
To the rush, the run.
Now, let's see what you got here. I don't think I have... Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Cosmic tide, I'm alive, I'm alive. Hearts racing on.
See, that's a different... That's HIP 14909. That's not the same... that's not where you said, though.
This endless ride. Never say goodbye. On the edge, I feel the pull. Oh, never lost when Smokey's close.
Over 200 other sites. That's a Thargoid structure. The Titan.
At Timothy GB 3284 said there are 3 crash sites. Sorry was the only pic I could find.
Okay, I think you're confusing Titans with the crash sites, though. I don't...
Endless ride.
I know there are I've been to Titan crash sites. I mean, not Titan crash sites, but Thargoid crash sites and stuff before. But I was like, I don't know of any Titans that have crashed on the surface, though.
Far to try.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. And hello, Dan's 211. Welcome in, everybody. 07 to everybody.
Bacard Essen said Bacard 13 salute.
Me rest. Another jump through empty space, another world that fails the test.
See the canister? I only have one sample. I got the one sample and I was talking and I thought I was done. I went to the next planet to work on the next stuff and I was like, oh, I don't have a full sample yet.
Second partial sample collected.
I'm looking for that green horizon. One more sister.
It's okay. I'll only take a moment to finish up this planet.
Keeps on burning through the questions in my
But in my defense, I'm an old guy, so I'm gonna use that excuse and I'll stick with it. As long as it keeps working.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Yeah, but did the stratum travel with me? Come on, game, catch up there, son.
But something tells me we're not finished, that this discovery's worth the wait.
I'm trying to figure out which one's far enough. Oh, now there's a whole shitload of it. I knew it would render in eventually.
I see the doubt in all their faces, but I can't let go this time. I'm looking for that green horizon. One more system, one more try.
Give me the good stuff.
Through the questions in my mind. Is it out there? Am I crazy? Can I ask them one
Come
more
on, game,
time?
give me a disembark.
Green horizons, that's where we're gonna find. Then the jump completes, and there it is, filling up.
And now we'll go to next planet, planet 5. Get the stratum tectonica there.
Sample
This will put me
collection
over 1
complete.
billion credits just doing this Boxel.
Now we did it, understood. We found our green horizon, made it through the endless night.
I am mapping the Boxel. I just keep getting distracted by stratum tectonica. I'll start ignoring it now that I have a lot of money. I'll try and get the next one. Get back to serious, just honking, scooping, scanning, mapping, or FSSing.
And it's beautiful tonight. Yes, we got our green horizon, and it's beautiful tonight.
See if we can find one of them elusive Earth-likes.
I chart the void with steady hands.
See if we can do a loop of shame here.
MarkGamer01 asks, is this Boxel for DW3?
Not as a specific goal of DW3, no. They have not came out and said, hey, we need Boxels mapped. They just came out and said, don't turn in your exploration data until we get to waypoint 8 because they want to analyze something. And I'm like, I don't understand that at all. It's not like we give them the journal files or anything, so whatever we do is going to go into EDDN or Inara and stuff. So I don't understand why they want people to wait. I'm not going to wait. Unless they're trying to analyze data and then analyze it after people dump their data to see what changes or something. I don't know.
Forever reaching for the sky.
Let's go.
On alien worlds where no one stays, the cockpit
I want to slow down, Commander. Just a little bit. Still think we're coming in too fast. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I think we're coming in just a little hot. It was going to drop me out. Cruise prematurely. That would annoy me. Okay, let's try the darker soil because this stuff's invisible just about. No, the first sample was, I was like, where the hell is it at? And it was hard to see against that light colored soil. So hopefully there'll be some on this darker soil.
rising every time we fall. The universe is ours to
0.15G.
Riding through the endless night, commander and companion side by side.
That's what shields are for.
The bravest touch this boy has ever seen.
Come on, game, catch up. Render some in. There it is.
Nothing can stop us, here we are. Beyond the horizon we will fly. Forever reaching for the sky. Beyond the horizon we will fly.
Usually it's a little easier to spot because the soil color is so light here.
Small heart beating on the console while a million stars ignite.
Try this again.
In the dashboard light. Commander's hand upon your spine as the galaxies align.
Stratum Tectonicus confirmed
You
present.
watch the nebulae
Base value
drift
19.01 million. Minimum sample distance 500 meters.
by. Guardian,
First partial sample collected.
curious cat. Your purr against the endless black. Tiny sentinel where danger flies. One small soul beneath infinite sky. Through the silence, through the
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
eyes watching over paradise.
That's also, I was wrong.
Sleeping while the scanners hum. In the quiet hours before the sun, your presence holds the darkness back. When alarms begin to scream, you press close against the seams between your human.
And Martin, I don't even know how much longer. What is they Sunday? I guess they announced tomorrow if they're going to depart. Waypoint 8. I don't know. Have a clue where Waypoint 8's at either.
Ads starting in 1 minute.
Of course they are.
Second partial
I
sample
did find 4 Earth-likes in the last Boxel though. It's like 1 in 40 or something. I think Boxel Stats was telling me. So I'm due for one. I'm almost to 40 in this system, so
Of running when the systems fail. You stand your ground on trembling poles.
none of them scored very well in the Earth 2 competition.
Minimum distance
That's
reached.
bacteria.
You've traveled over 500 meters from previous
More
sample.
bacteria. More bacteria. But then double back. Let's see. This is the 3rd stratum tectonic in this system. So that's not bad. It's taking forever to do though.
Together, you and I.
Sample collection complete.
And that gives us 1.12 billion. I think that's a sufficient amount of money for one trip, right? You know, I'll find more though. Let's go ahead and plot where we're going to go next. Last F star. Gosh, I've been so busy. I forgot. I have M&Ms.
Body A. Undiscovered.
No Earth likes.
Body A6. Diverse life.
More stratum tectonica.
Ammonia atmospheric landable with life.
What to do? What to do?
Codex entry. Body B2.
More stratum
Carbon
tectonica.
dioxide atmospheric landable with
I'll
life.
say that with a mouthful of M&Ms.
System scan complete.
Well, there are two pretty much guaranteed stratum tectonicas here. I will ignore them though. Like I said, that's hard to do. At this rate, I'll never get anything done though. If I'm doing this exobiology though. While I'm in no particular hurry, I would like to get it done.
Frameshift drive Trojan.
Some other intrepid explorer will come through and find it someday. I wonder why I didn't go get it.
Stars I've never seen before. Hands steady on
Body
controls
A.
as the
Undiscovered.
scanner comes alive. Feel the ship beneath me hum. Every jump takes me further out. Getting closer to who I'll be.
3 stars.
Before these stars became
No gas gas giants, no earthlights.
Each one I find something in me. Changes who I thought I'd be. Each one I find sets something free.
Body C1.
Out here is where
Small
I learn
landable
to
object.
see.
225 kilometers. Close star
pretty
proximity
tiny.
M. Landable, no atmosphere. Proximity score, 104. Body C2. Small landable object. 218 kilometers. Close star proximity, M. Landable, no atmosphere. Proximity score, 143.
Every scare reveals the truth, not just about the salient ground, but who I am becoming now. Different person than before.
System scan complete.
These worlds have all been
That's how we do it.
Each world I find something in me. Changes who I thought I'd be. Each world I find sets something free. Out here is where I learn to see. Faced the void and found my way. Through asteroid field stars, running sub-bus empty.
I don't know. If I find more stratum, am I going to ignore it? Probably. Still, if I see anything unusual, I'll go look at it.
I had to make this trip, not to map the galaxy, but to map the depths within. Each world I find something.
Body A. Undiscovered.
Changes who I thought I'd be. Each world I find sets something free. Out here is where I learn to see.
2 stars, 10 bodies.
Another system on my screen, coordinates to plot and read, just doing what they asked of me, mapping out infinity. These stars know my name, they're calling me.
Another Class F star.
3 years deep in empty space. Each planet has a different face. The charts show more than just a place. They're memories I can't replace. Earth seems so far behind.
We have things on radar.
So kind. These stars know my name. They're calling me to stay.
Looks like this one's already in EDSMN complete, so I won't need to scan it.
But every pulse of stellar light feels
Okay.
more like home with every night.
I can tell the route thing to at least the third-party tool I'm using to skip things that are already in EDSM, but a lot of times it's not fully done.
But now I'm not so sure I'll steer.
meaning like the stars discovered, or but not all planets are mapped. It also tells me if it's complete or not. This next star is not in EDSM.
Body A. Undiscovered.
Commander,
Again, no Earth-likes, no gas giants.
cutting through the endless black. Instruments humming
Body
soft
B4.
and low.
Argon atmospheric
While
landable with life.
galaxies spin at your back. Every star you've touched, every world you've found, leaves a trail of light where no soul has been. Bacardi sun.
Well, at least making some progress now.
Bacardi sun. Star talker, make the unknown bow to thee. Through nebulae and cosmic storms, you carry hope beyond the forms. Bacardi sun, a beacon
Last G star. It too is not in EDSM yet.
Tell me what it feels like. Interstellar travel. Landing where no foot has stepped. Breathing air that's never known human lungs or human breath. Every star you've touched, every world you've found.
Body A. Undiscovered.
Oh boy, 19 bodies. Just making the star tiny. No Earth-likes, no gas giants.
When the fuel runs low and the void grows cold, will you remember us back on distant Earth? When the engines fail and the comms go dead, will you know we're here singing
Body B2. Ammonia atmospheric landable with life.
Nothing really good there. There are items there, but nothing I want.
Commander, we believe in you. Every jump, every landing true. In the silence of the void, your courage cannot be destroyed.
Body A5. Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal codex entry.
Nah. next system's RE and EDSM, it's only a star.
Primary star. Undiscovered.
How is that undiscovered but already in EDSM? Only way I could think of would be that somebody collected data, sent it to EDSM, but did not. They died before they sold their data. Huh. Okay. I guess it happens. It's kind of sad. It's not the first time I've seen that either. Some person, early days, kind of exploring and stuff, and nowhere to turn in their data, so they wait till they get back somewhere, and they end up dying before they get back.
Breaking new chains. Every world we touch, every star we name, makes its mark in this cosmic game. Our echoes span light years through time, through space. What we find out here,
Primary star.
no one
Undiscovered.
our echoes span light years.
8 bodies. 7 to scan.
Les étoiles nous guident. Chaque découverte devient notre guide. Silence between the stars, just breathing and believing that somewhere ahead
No life.
something changes. Our echoes span light years through time, through space. What we find
All right, Class K star. Here we go.
our echoes span light years through space. Our echoes span light years. Far beyond the maps, where signals fade, our light remains, our path is made. Light years.
Gathering information. Cartography updated.
Body A. Undiscovered.
Wheels grouping complete.
That's disappointed. 3 stars, 1 body.
Another jump through hyperspace.
Who knows? Maybe it's a green gas giant.
Scanning every
a water
system
world.
down for what I need to see. They say it's out here somewhere. One in a
Body B1.
1,000 stars.
Meets mapping criteria.
But all I find
System
is
discovery
ice and
complete.
stone, dead
First
worlds
body
and
to map is
empty
B1.
stars. How many rocks can one
Give you guys a view of me eating M&Ms
The curious cat keeps
and coffee. Good combo.
another rocky barren mess, another icy shell. The galaxy's a comedy, and I'm the joke. Oh well, my ship's computer mocks me with every system mapped. Uninhabited, it says again. My patience is nearly snapped. The cat is getting restless now. I swear I hear her sigh. One more boring planet, and I might start to cry. Where's my green gas giant? Tell me.
More stratum tectonica.
Every skin comes back the same. Brown and blue go by. Why can't I find you? What did I do
I
wrong?
might go get that one.
Keeps jumping, but the search goes on and on. Wait, what's that signal? Could it be spectrum reading? Green frequency. There's my green gas giant. Finally I see. The curious cat was right to search across the
More stratum tectonica.
finally found you. Everything's alright. My beautiful green gas giant. You're the
It's so hard. I'll ignore it. Golly. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've ignored.
something new.
Wide awake, staring now. Endless black, needle bright. One more leap, I'm not turning.
That would have been, with what I have, put me pretty close to 2 billion.
Distant beacons on the scanners blink. Metal
Hmm.
hearts dead. I feel you there, something.
I have what should be a 2-day supply of M&Ms, depending on how long I stream. This may be a one stream bag.
Farther than fear, this far only those who dare. Through fire, through silence, across the event horizon. Forward, I carry your hope inside. Every heartbeat, every risk of a life. Through chaos, the wonder of the right.
Oh, this will go quick.
I will rise. Out here, the stars burn blue. I think of you, the vow I made. Down on the surface, dust stains my boots. Unwritten maps, calling my name. Hold me steady, a voice on the line. Echo back across all fire. Through silence, across the event horizon. Forward, I carry your hope inside. Every heartbeat, every risk of a life. Through chaos, the wonder of a ride. Again, over and over, I will rise.
Everybody got quiet.
Tuning system. Interstellar velocity at maximum.
If I falter, if I'm lost in the unknown, I hear words, never alone in the heart of the storm. A promise I keep, pioneer crusader,
Primary star. Undiscovered.
fire across the event horizon.
MarkGamer01 said Peanut M.
You told me that before. My favorite. I don't see them anymore. They used to make a crispy one, though, M&M, in a light blue bag, and those were my actual favorites. But now I just eat the milk chocolate ones. Sometimes I get the peanut butter ones too.
Reach for the dark between the stars.
Body 10.
Reach for the void that
Argon
calls my
atmospheric
name.
landable with life.
Reach for the planets yet unseen.
I think there's gonna be one behind the star.
Body 7.
Curious cat
More
Carbon
stratum
dioxide
tectonica.
atmospheric landable with
Damn.
life. May host a new personal
curious
codex
cat
entry.
through endless
Body
black.
7A.
The curious
Carbon
cat
dioxide
until
atmospheric
Good tubus.
That's starting in 1 minute.
Yep, it's behind the star.
every world beneath these skies. Every danger
There would have been 5 stratum tectonicas I ignore so far.
I am the one who goes beyond. I am the one who dares to fly. I am the one who breaks the bonds. I am the one who touches sky through nebulae and asteroid fields, through all the perils space can yield. I am the one who never yields. I scan every surface, every moon. I scan every signal in the void. I scan for the wonders still unknown. I scan for the silence I've enjoyed. The cockpit hums with all my dreams. The cockpit holds my beating heart. The cockpit knows my restless soul. The cockpit's where adventure starts.
My EDJP is telling me the next system's in EDSM, but the data is old. I have no idea what that means. Other than the data's old, I don't know how that the data shouldn't change. Unless they didn't collect as much data when they the scans do now. I don't know. Looks like there's 6 bodies there though. Let's see.
MarkGamer01 asks maybe scanned when in Horizons.
I do not know.
Scanning now.
I see it once in a while.
Undiscovered.
When the fuel runs low and hope grows thin, when the darkness seems to close me in, when the charts run out and I'm alone, I remember
3
this
stars so far.
remember the thrill of something new. I remember what explorers do.
Let's see what gifts it may give us. Got a gas giant. Now, is it the elusive green gas giant? Is it? Could it be?
At Timothy GB 3284 said okay, don't go to the Pleiades sector. It's not a Titan. I'm there now. It's just a tiny ship. Must be I went to one of the other crash sites.
Will take me far.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. I would think that would be easy to find. What was there, like 9 Titans? Is that right? I don't remember exactly. I know there wasn't a whole 7 or 9 or something of them. Maybe 11. It'd be easy to figure out if one of them crashed on a planet, though, or a moon.
Timothy GB 3284 said never trusting the wiki again lol.
Got my hopes up there though. I was like, well, that'd be cool to see. Titans are big. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a crashed Titan and you could walk around inside it? I think FDev missed an opportunity there. You have a crashed Titan with a bunch of slimy or something corridors to walk through.
At Timothy GB 3284 said yay, the one I went to was huge. Must have been in one of the hip systems. That again. Next system is already in EDSM and complete. 2 bodies. Fact, it's done yesterday. Mark Stin, 2026-03-14.
Another jump, another system.
Gathering information. Cartography updates.
Body A.
Another jump,
Undiscovered.
He hasn't turned in his data yet.
listen. I write these words before the silence takes me. I write these words in case someone finds me. Out here where the charts say. Out here with my metal friend. The cat keeps going on. The cat keeps going until we're gone. Today we touch.
Had to sneeze. Let's go.
Blue sand beneath
This
the
pesky star out of the way.
Our planet flags that scan the rocks. We're counting down the oxygen clocks.
The star is in EDSM, but the bodies aren't. Or something.
these words in case someone finds me. The stars don't know my name. The void doesn't care I came. But I keep flying, keep trying. The cat and I will not die
Body 5A. Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life. Body 5. Carbon dioxide
More
atmospheric
stratum.
landable with
Let's see. Nothing
life.
weird
May
there.
host a new personal codex entry.
until we're gone. Start date unknown, logging out. The cat purrs without a doubt.
Gotta ignore that stratum also. The system is not in EDSM at all.
Scan starting. Stand by.
Body A. Undiscovered. Body A6.
More stratum
Carbon
tectonica.
dioxide atmospheric landable with life. May host a new
More
personal
stratum
codex entry.
tectonica.
Body A7. Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal
Yeah, I would
codex
easily have another
entry.
billion. I'd gotten all that stratum, some big ignored.
Body A5. Ammonia atmospheric landable with life.
Hmm.
May host a new personal codex entry.
black, numbers on my screen. Every beat comes back, showing what's unseen. Moving closer now,
Body A.
feel my heart
Undiscovered.
expand. Something calls to me, just beyond my head. First eyes on forever, stretching far and wide. Every new horizon burns deep inside.
Interesting pattern. Okay.
Let it shine, let it shine. Stars keep counting down as I press ahead, breaking virgin ground where no soul has led. Charts are running wild, systems yet unknown. Every signal sends chills down to the bone. First eyes on forever, stretching far and wide. Every new horizon burns deep inside. We will find, we will find. Light of day, light of die, something new is calling. Light of day, light of die, watch the boundaries fall. First eyes on forever, stretching far and wide. Every new horizon burns deep inside.
Key. I think I'll do a couple more and then start wrapping up.
Frameshift drive charging.
Through the void, all alone, systems unknown, far from home. Guide my path, stars are vast, never last.
Primary star.
Beyond
Undiscovered.
fear, persevere.
Nothing here.
Day by day, guide me true, past systems new, ancient light, future bright. Guide me true, past systems new, endless sight, into night. Scanners beam, planets
Trying to
gleam.
put these M&Ms away.
Let it be. Pioneer, atmosphere, far and near. Mark the course.
At Timothy GB 3284 asks, what are your thoughts on those new anomaly things? Guardian maybe, or something completely
Body
new?
A. Undiscovered.
Ancient
One moment. Okay. Well, to be honest, I have no idea. I'm not, hang on. I had a mouthful of M&Ms there. The only anomalous thing I've heard of is the business on Distant Worlds 3 about some noises in witch space, whatever that means. I don't know anything. Tell me, what new anomalies are you talking about?
Make the leap, mysteries deep. Time to soar. Something more.
Is there something on Galnet or something I can check on to catch up on that stuff? I don't know what you're talking about for sure.
Break the mold. Stories told. Guide me true. Past systems new. Ancient light. Future bright. Guide me true. Past systems new. Endless sight. Into night. Guide me true.
At Timothy GB 3284 said, okay, I've been to several sites. There are like wisps of light that emit energy when you approach them.
Huh. Are you talking about the anomalies, like a Q07 or something anomaly in a notable stellar phenomena?
You were young once, afraid of the dark. Now you say
At Timothy GB 3284 said also crystals that give off a machine-like warble sound when you get near to them.
pause on the helm, commander of roads, master of
Well, there are many different types of anomalies that do stuff like you're saying.
light, what you've become from what
Most of the ones I've seen were like balls of light or something that when you get close to them, they may or may not do bad things to you. And some of them freeze you, some of them shoot at you with some kind of discharges. And a lot of the mollusks and stuff in notable stellars make mooing sounds and things, so I don't know of any new type of thing.
At Timothy GB 3000,
Well, I don't think I'm not sure that those are new.
What are your thoughts on them?
searching for
There are many different types of anomalies. I actually went to one site that's a Q07 type anomaly. It's only been found in one spot in the galaxy.
knows where you've been.
It was
Each landing zone tells the
right
same
here.
tale of courage found when others fail. The child who
At Timothy GB 3284 said some new ones are popping up actually in the bubble.
Well, that's cool. I don't know anything about them.
to the void you dare rise beyond the atmosphere.
So to get for missing staff meetings in the bubble.
Every nebula you cross, every fear that you have tossed into space where heroes soar. You're the one they're searching for.
Maybe that's why I've seen a couple of streamers at some notable stellar things. One of them was at one, I think he was on YouTube though.
Of distant suns, the weight of all the things you've done. But smoky purrs against your
But I have a
chest.
video about visiting the Q07 site somewhere on YouTube.
Find the strength you've always owned.
I went for years visiting notable stellar phenomena sites and finding little spiky crystals and stuff without knowing that if I looked around inside there, that there's usually some type of mollusk or something. I did not know that. Almost every one has mollusks. Why is this like fully mapped already? Yeah, it's fully mapped. Okay, I'll do one more system, then I'm going to call it a morning or call it a night and go start dinner, breakfast, something like that.
Through the viewport, colors all new. Shard spinning, pulse
Type A star. I don't have high hopes, but let's see.
free in the black.
Not an EDSM yet.
I mark every signal, every distant flare. The map keeps changing, but I'm always there. Eyes on the stars, forward no end, carving a path where few would ascend. Eyes on the stars, again and again.
Now, some of those notable stellar things, those little wisps of light, as you call them, are dangerous. Some are not, but some are.
Primary star. Undiscovered.
I don't think it would kill you unless you don't get away from it. Basically, if you get too close, your ship starts taking damage and things. Sometimes fairly fast, too.
Landing boots down ground, never the same. Tracks in red dust, no need for fame.
But I don't think they have anything to do with Guardians and stuff. I mean, they've been around for a long time, but different variants.
At Timothy GB 3284 said yes, they damaged shields and the display warps.
Huh. When I finish this, I'll try to find my QO7 anomaly in video. I think it's a short. I'll have to see. I think it's a short video. It was a highlight reel or something. I don't remember. It's quite a while back.
The vast starlit crown. It isn't for glory, it isn't for gold. I move through the silence, unbroken, bold.
Oh, you're just going to be hanging off to the side somewhere, aren't you? There you are.
Body 9. Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life.
Let me see if I can find that real quick.
Eyes on the stars. Eyes on the stars.
There it is. It's only 4 minutes long, but oh, I don't know if I can post a link here. I probably can't. Although I'm the boss man, but I'll post it on Twitch.
At Bakar
Oh, it did let me. Okay. There's a QO7 anomaly that I was talking about, though.
Everything I knew slipping away from me. But something pulled
Supposedly
me
that's the only place to find them.
past the
I don't
lies
particularly
they
remember
said.
that one being dangerous or anything, though.
Each smile takes me deeper into what I'm meant to be. The fear gets weaker as
Okay, one more system.
The void becomes home, where stars guide my way.
Of course.
In the endless
Screwed up things by copying that to the clipboard. Let's.
charts and maps can't show you what I found. In
At
the
Timothy
spaces where there's
GB
no
3284 said yes them things. One I went to was a P-type anomaly, but basically the same thing.
Yeah, they're all kind of similar. They do behave differently though.
through blackness so bright. No need to stay down when darkness brings light. The void becomes home, where stars guide my way.
I only went there because I was, excuse me, I would say in the neighborhood, but I was many thousands of light years from there. But I said, I'm going to run over there and take some video and get some pictures, and I did. I spent 41 days out in an area over there in that part of the galaxy, and I said, well, since I'm out here, and somebody or something had posted, either the Galactic Catalog or something had posted about it on X. So I said, oh, well, I'm going to go see that since that's the only place in the galaxy it's found, or has been found.
Ads starting in 1 minute.
That home's not where we have to stay, but
All
where we
right, 7 bodies. I'll be wrapping up probably at the end of this system scan, so we'll see what we find here. Got a gas giant. Will it be a green gas giant? That would be so nice.
the edge of everything we thought we knew. When you feel that calling in your soul, let it take you where you need to go. The void becomes home, where stars guide my way. I'm never alone in the endless ballet.
It's not green. That's disappointing. Oh well. Alright guys, well I'm going to call it for now. I'll probably be streaming again later tonight, and definitely tomorrow on Monday.
At Timothy GB 3284 said those anomalies seem to be getting more common, popping up in settled systems.
My question is, are the notable stellar phenomena they're associated with an existing notable stellar phenomenon? It's just that the anomalies are beginning to be discovered in existing NSPs?
At points of distant light.
I think it'd be a bigger deal if the notable stellar phenomena were suddenly popping up, not just the anomaly inside an NSP.
The charts say stay away.
That being said, though, I am going to be wrapping up here, Timothy. Thanks very much for coming back in. Mark Gamer, if you're still there, it's good to see you then.
Shows me who I'm meant to
And anybody else who might still be there, the Twitch people are seeing an ad right now, and I'll be gone when they come back, probably. But thanks so much for coming in. I will, again, I'll try to be streaming
At
later
Timothy
today.
GB 3284
Thank
said
you,
you're
and
welcome.
I can't remember
You have
who
a
gave me
good
the
rest.
gift sub earlier. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. You guys take care.
Mark Gamer 01 said GG's.
I'll see you on.
07 CMDRS.
I'll see you guys next time.
There's an empty seat beside me where you used to curl and sleep while the galaxies turned slowly and the void was cold and deep. Now I fly these routes alone through the black between the suns, but I swear I hear you breathing in the way the engine hums. You're chasing stars now, smoky, running free across the sky. I see your shape in nebulae every time I'm passing by. The cockpit feels too quiet, but I keep the thrusters bright. You're chasing stars now, smoky, and I'm right here, still in flight. I remember how you'd watch me plot the jumps from world to world, your green eyes catching starlight as the hyperspace unfurled. Every station, every waypoint carries traces of your grace. Now you're scattered through the cosmos, and I see you every place. You're chasing stars now, smoky, running free across the sky. I see your shape in nebulae every time I'm passing by. The cockpit feels too quiet, but I keep the thrusters bright. You're chasing stars now, smoky, and I'm right here, still in